Well, good morning still, as we are in the land of MacArthur High School in Hollywood, Florida, here on the QwikCut Sports Network. Once again, my name is Conrad Volch, and it's my ultimate privilege and pleasure to bring you the live action here for the 2025 AYFL Super Bowl Championships. And if you're just joining us, we had a great one to start things for the 6U game. All the way back, it was the Delray Rocks taking on the Boynton Beach Bulldogs. Delray Rocks won 7-0 to become 6U champions. Brand new winner for this year. Last year it was the West Pines Panthers, and back in 2023 it was the Lauderhill Broncos. But new winner of this year is the Delray Rocks. But it is now the 7U game between the Pembroke PPO, or the Pembroke Pines Bengals, and the Pompano Eagles. And get this, the PPO Bengals, as a collective sports organization, 48 total Super Bowl trophies. Just an absolute powerhouse of a team, looking to bring home a 49th trophy. They are one of two squads represented. They will be in the 7U and the 8U game. On the other side, for the Pompano Eagles, they have three teams, 7U, 9U, and 12U. So we'll see how those teams do as well. And just a beautiful day here for some football in Hollywood, Florida. And we saw a smoke bomb show for the Bengals as they got their teams hyped and ready to go. Pembroke Pines sporting a perfect regular season record in 7U. Well, the Pompano Eagles finished third in the division, 8-2. You have to go all the way down to 7th in the division. All those squads from 2 down to 7 are all 8-2. And the last team to make the playoffs, the Broncos, were 5-5. So a very tight division from 2nd all the way down to 7th. But we are getting ready for kickoff. So this will be the first division to have a true kickoff. That'll be kicked by big number 59 for the Eagles, and it's going to be recovered at midfield by the Bengals. That is, give me 1 second here to pull up my roster. That's recovered by number 7 of Parker Mason for the Bengals. Again, we're going to do the best we can to give you names and numbers throughout the day. Got a roster for the Bengals side. Bengals are in their dark gray uniforms with the orange and black helmets, and the Pompano Eagles are in their light green jerseys with white helmets. So 1st and 10 from midfield here for the Bengals. Over 40 Super Bowl titles and counting for this PPO organization. And that's going to go up the middle. Gets tackled from behind. That's number 7 of Parker Mason. And that's an 8-yard gain on 1st and 10. Put the ball at about the 42-yard line. And we've got first penalty of the game. Looks like movement up front on the defensive side. So first down by virtue of a penalty. Put the ball at the Eagle 38-yard line. Maybe even the 37. But just great setup there by Parker Mason. So we'll see how the Bengals start things off. And this is we have 4 8-minute quarters here for 7U. We had 4 6-minute quarters for the 6U game. This will be a handoff to number 0 of Rayford Shipman. And he tries to take it around the corner. Another big run. Swarm of Eagles have to bring him down. Looks like about an 11-yard gain on 1st and 10. Move those chains. How about that? Great bounce outside. I mean, just slipping tackles. That's how you got to do it sometimes. So Rayford, Shipman, and Parker Mason each with carries thus far on this drive. Bengals got a receiver split out to the left. 3 backs in the backfield. And it looks like they just spiked the football. So 2nd and 10. Interesting call there. So that'll stop the clock with 6:25 to go in the first half. So 2nd and 10 from it looks like the 27-yard line. So the PPO Bengals in business early. This will be another handoff going up the middle. This is number 2 of Achilles Lewis. And he stopped. So 3rd, and it looks like about 4.5. Need about the 18 for a first down. 17, maybe the 18-yard line. Another handoff up the middle, and that's plenty for a first down there. Good carry there by the Bengals. And move those chains. Keep that drive alive. And it's sometimes in these games you want to milk that clock and score touchdowns. Want to give your opponent as less time as possible. So Pembroke Pines, 1st and 10, inside the red zone. This one taken there, skipping more tackles, and finally spun down. It's across the 15-yard line. That was Parker Mason. So that looks like it's going to be about a 2nd and 5, maybe 2nd and 4 from the 11. Offensive substitution coming in. This is Lennox Williams, number 9 for the Bengals. So 2nd and 4 here about halfway through the first quarter now. Bengals driving. This one gets up the middle, runs over a man, trying to make it across the left side, and he's tackled. But good drop of the shoulder there. I mean, just perfect, running around kind of up the middle and just puts the shoulder down. Parker Mason's been carrying the load here on this drive. Got 3 running backs in the backfield, 1 receiver out to the left, and we'll have a timeout, Bengals. It's going to be their first of this first half. at Pembroke Pines. Undefeated regular season, 12-0 overall record. Started off their year with a 33-0 win over Tamarack. Just had healthy victories all season long. And had, from week 5 to week 9, did not let up a single point. In fact, you have to go back to week 3. They had the bye in week 4. Pompano had the back-to-back losses week 8 and 9 before they got the crosstown rivalry win against the Cowboys, 28-0. They've had some close games all season. This is going to be a handoff to the fullback. And how about that? Gets the ball all the way down to about the 3. Oh, wait a minute. That's a fumble. So the first turnover of the game. Wow. See it here on replay. Good run up the middle. And oh, there it is. Ball comes out. It's pushed around there by the Eagles, and coming in there is the one in the black Guardian cap. That's a big turnover there and fumble recovery for the Eagles, because PPO Bengals were driving. That was a 4-minute and 34-second drive that ends in no score.
So, after the fumble, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles to roast to their end zone.
Well, the Eagles, they did get the fumble recovery, but they're going to start deep in their own territory. They're going to start, it looks like the ball is spotted at the 3. So they've got 97 yards to get it into the end zone. Ball's handed off. A couple Bengals drag him down, about a 5-yard gain. First one to get there was Joseph Robinson Jr. Second and about 5. Line to gain is the 13. So Pompano getting organized in their offensive backfield. And we got a whistle for a penalty marker. It's going to be false start on the Eagles. So that'll back the football up. Looks like it's going to be about a half the distance to the goal. About a 2nd and 9. Clock is still rolling. Under 2:20 to play here in this first quarter.
Okay. So it's going to be about 2nd and about 8, yep.
2nd and 8.
Let's see what they can do.
They need the 13. Eagles trying to get lined up and organized here. This will be a run by number 2. Runs up the middle, and a swarm of swarm of Bengals come in to make the tackle. Minimal gain on the play, maybe a yard. And it's 3rd down. It must have been 4 to 5 Bengals to get in on the stop. And Bengals just committed a fumble right on the 3. That is where the Eagles set up shop. Trying to get this drive moving. Minute 7 to go here in this first quarter. Straight up the middle, and he is met. About a 2-yard gain. First one there was Rayford Shipman. So it looks like the Eagles are going to punt here. 4th and 5. Smart play. You do not want to give any free yards to this Eagles team, or to this Bengals team, excuse me. So Eagles set to punt it away. No rush on the punter. That'll be kicked and fielded there by the Bengals at about the 18. And not a whole lot of real estate to go as the Eagles bring him down around the 21-yard line. So the Bengals will have their best starting field position of the day. Check that. They will spot it. Forward progress, I guess, around the 19. So Bengals 1st and 10 from the 19. This is their second drive of the game. And got the football all the way down to the 3. Ball was punched out on a run. Took 4 minutes and 34 seconds off the clock on their first drive. So 7 seconds to go here in this first quarter. This will be the final play of the quarter. This is up the middle. It's Parker Mason. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. So still no score here in this 7U Super Bowl for the AYFL. Looks like we've got a player down for the Bengals. So that is how our first quarter will end. Take a quick break here on the QwikCut Sports Network. Second quarter action when we return.
Congratulations, you've made it to the playoffs. Now it's time for a highlight to get you noticed. I'd like to introduce you to the Hall of Fame Scouting Academy, founded by Pro Football Hall of Fame members. Our football experts craft highlight reels that get coaches watching, and Pro Football Hall of Famers like myself do film evaluations to help get athletes noticed.
Welcome back into the QwikCut Sports Network here in the land of MacArthur High School in Hollywood, Florida. In Hollywood for a American Youth Football League Super Bowl Saturday. And the Delray Rocks defeated the Boynton Beach Bulldogs in the 6U game by a score of 7-0. And these two teams, PPO, this is one of two teams in the Super Bowls today. They will have one in 7U and 8U. Pompano Eagles, 7U, 9U, and 12U. Quick handoff. Oh, my goodness, that's a lot of space. Touchdown, Bengals. How about that? Number 0, Rayford Shipman. And the Bengals are on the board. So with 7 seconds gone here in this second quarter, the Bengals strike first. They lead 6-0 pending the point after try. Perfect blocking up front for PPO. See what they do here. Looked like it was supposed to be an end around. That gets blown up. And the Bengals will not be able to get it in. The Eagles, a flock of Eagles come to snuff that out. So our score will remain 6-0 in favor of PPO. But how about a response there by the Bengals? Get it all the way down to your 3. I mean, look at this big run here. Did what they were supposed to do and took care of business. But, I mean, heck of a job. Again, when you commit a fumble deep in your opponent territory, to kind of erase that from your mind and come back and try again, that's how champions are born at any level. I mean, anytime you commit a mistake like that, you're going to think about it. But it's how you respond. And they did. They got a 3-and-out, forced the punt by the Eagles, and drive started at the 18-yard line, able to punch it in. And they take control early in this game. So we'll have the kickoff here from the 40-yard line. One man back deep for the Eagles. PPO getting things lined up on the kicking tee. Kicked off here by number 6 of Carter Pollard. So Pollard on the kick for the Bengals. That'll be in the open arms of number 6 for the Eagles. And they'll start the drive from their own 49. With 7:53 left to go here in this second quarter. 6-0 PPO. In PPO, 48 Super Bowl titles in program history, trying to add a 49th. Taking home the trophy last year was the Delray Rocks in this 7U game, and the year before that was the Miramar Wolverines. So there will be a different winner this year for the 7U game, as we got a timeout called. That's the second one of the first half taken by PPO. None called yet for the Eagles. Going back to what I mentioned regarding this 7U division, I mean, you got PPO sitting at 10-0 in the regular season. And then you've got 8-2 records from second place all the way down to 7th place. And the only non-8-2 record and 10-0 record that made the playoffs was the Broncos. They snuck in at 5-5. But out of all the leagues, that was definitely the tightest, one of the tightest of records between all the teams. 10-0, multiple 8-2s, and one 5-5 that ended up making the playoffs for this 7U division. So 1st and 10 from the 49 for this Eagles squad. And that is no gain on the play. Bengals get that stopped in on the tackle. He just scored the touchdown was Shipman. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Three running backs in the backfield. Handoff is up the middle. Big run here by the Eagles. Not down yet, and finally brought down. Again, Rayford Shipman with the tackle. It's about a 9-yard gain to make this 3rd and 1. Carried by number 1 for the Eagles. First in there was Carter Penn. Good job slowing down the running back there. This time they hand it up off to one of the fullbacks, and he goes nowhere. It's going to be about a half-yard gain, 4th and short. Can the Bengals convert, or can the Eagles convert it? Six minutes remaining here in the first half. 6-0 PPO over Pompano. So here we go. Eagles trying to get organized. Ball is snapped, and that's enough for a first down for the Eagles. Clock will stop as they set the sticks. That was carried by number 2 for the Eagles, brought down by Reginald Aludor Jr. So 1st and 10 at the 40, this time carried by number 1 of the Eagles. Good open field tackle there by Achilles Lewis. 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. And Eagles only 2 losses in the regular season. That was in week 8 and 9, a 12-8 loss to Central Pines and a 12-0 loss to Kendall. Other than that, they have won 10 games, including the playoffs. Their handoff there to number 2 for the Eagles. Pack of Bengals bring him down. About a 3-yard gain. Be a 3rd and 5 from the 35. They need the 30 for a first down. Just over the 4-minute mark remaining here in the second quarter. Again, Eagles in the light green uniforms, white helmets. Bengals in the dark gray and orange and black helmets. Eagles trying to take their time. Not a whole lot of gain there. Pyle's still moving. That's going to be about a 4th and about 1.5. Just over 3 minutes to play in this first half. So 4th and it looks like 3. Just across the 30 for a first down. And we'll see what the Eagles got up their sleeve. Number 2 is under center for the Eagles. Oh, they're going to pass it. Trying to get free, and he is dragged down. That is about a 7-yard sack for the Bengals. Water break is declared. That is a turnover on downs for the Eagles. It's like the first one to get there for the Bengals was Reginald Aludar Jr. Great play there. Looked like it was going to be a pass, and the defense said absolutely not. And the Bengals will have about a timeout and 2:37 to work with here in the second quarter. Plenty of time to get into position for a potential touchdown before the end of the half. Again, 2 minutes and 37 seconds on the clock here in this second quarter. Can Pembroke Pines punch it in the end zone again? Or can the Eagles stand tall here and prevent any further damage in this first half? Bengals will begin their drive from their own 40. Ball is handed off, and a good healthy run here. Rayford Shipman, who's got the rushing touchdown earlier. It's about an 8-yard gain on first down. Make it 2nd and 2. Line to gain is the 50. Plenty of time if you're the Bengals to get it down the field. Just under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Bengals lead 6-0 over the Eagles. And we got a flag down. Offensive offsides. Rayford Shipman had the football. Looked like he had plenty of clearance to try and run around the right side. And that play is blown dead before it can develop. Clock will stop with 1:45 here in the second quarter. So 2nd and 7 for the Bengals. And had that 8-yard run to start this drive. Offensive offsides backs them up 5. And still plenty of time. Just over a minute to go. Bengals. Oh, look at this run. He might go all the way. He's down to the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, PPO. How about that? But there is a flag. So that'll back it up. It is a illegal formation. So erase the touchdown off the board. Or wait a minute. I'm confused. So it'll be a illegal formation on the Bengals. Would have been the longest touchdown run of the day. That was about a 54, 55-yard run. Instead, it's going to be 2nd and 12 from the 38. Again, still plenty of time if you're the Bengals. And Parker Mason, you feel like Parker Mason, number 7, is going to have at least one touchdown today. Almost had one there. But 2nd and 12 from the 38-yard line. They need the 50 for a first down. 52 seconds left here in this first half. Hand off in the backfield, and that is blown up by the Eagles. Parker Mason, not a whole lot of room to work there. Make it about 3rd and 13. And timeout on the field called by the Bengals. This is their 3rd of the first half. 32 seconds to go, and you have to feel for the Bengals. Parker Mason had what looked to be a surefire touchdown run. There was nobody within 7 to 8 yards of him. But late flag for illegal formation. See this? I mean, perfect spot. Just got free right around the 45. And then there was nobody there. But great perspective there on the field for our field camera. Like where they set it there, you can see the fresh paint that was laid on the field for those yard markers. So out of the timeout, PPO will have it 3rd and about 14 from their own 36. They need the 50 for a first. 32 seconds left here in this first half. And a penalty marker is down. First pass of the game. That's going to be intercepted there by number 3. Wondering if that's going to be a defensive offsides. No, it's not. It's going to be, wow, that's going to be an interception. So that was false start. That was, I believe that was illegal formation. So the penalty is declined. That is intercepted by number 3 of the Eagles. So after that one penalty, wiped the touchdown off the scoreboard. And Eagles have all their timeouts and 25 seconds. So they'll get the football at the Bengal 45. Can they get a score in before the end of the half? They line up, bunched up on the line of scrimmage. This will be number 2 of the Eagles. Trying to run it up towards the middle. A pack of Bengals tackle him. Timeout Eagles, their first of this first half. So we've seen a little bit of everything. We've seen a fumble, interception, rushing touchdown. A lot of good stuff. First pass of the day results in an interception. And we didn't see any passes in the 6U game. But we've seen one so far in the 7U game here in this first half. So 18 seconds to go here in this first half. We'll see if they've got 2 more timeouts. Have another timeout, or did they just blow it dead before it started? Oh, here we go. They get everybody set up and organized. And they're going to set back to pass. It's up in the air, and it's caught. What a catch there by the Eagles. That's caught by number 6. Joseph Robinson Jr. on the tackle, but what a catch. That's the first completion of the day by either team. High arcing throw. Perfect catch. Stop the clock with 10 seconds to go. Again, you've got time for about 1, maybe 2 more plays, but if you do throw it, it's got to be towards the sideline to get out of bounds and stop the clock. And if you do get a first down, it will stop momentarily for the Sticks. So here we go. 3rd and about 3. From the 30, it looks like about the 38-yard line. 10 seconds. Likely the final play of the first half. Can the Eagles get it in the end zone, or will the Bengals maintain a 6-0 lead? Here we go. And a big tackle there, short of a first down. No stoppage, and that is how the first half will end. So after a couple turnovers and a rushing touchdown, the Bengals lead 6-0 after 16 minutes of play. We'll take a break for halftime here on the QwikCut Sports Network. Do not go too far. We'll see you back here in about 8.5 minutes here on QwikCut.
Inside every athlete lives a dream, an unshakable vision of the next level. At Hall of Fame Scouting Academy, that dream becomes reality. Built by NFL legends, our recruiting team shapes highlight reels that get you noticed. And Hall of Fame icons deliver evaluations that accelerate exposure. Turn your dreams into reality, raw potential into power. We are the Hall of Fame Scouting Academy. The path is here. Walk it with the legends.
Once again, good morning and welcome into the QwikCut Sports Network here for the 2025 American Youth Football League Super Bowl Saturday. Once again, my name is Conrad Volch. Thank you guys for tuning in. 6U champion was the Delray Rocks over the Boynton Beach Bulldogs. So far through 2 quarters, the Pembroke Pines Bengals lead the Pompano Eagles 6-0. The only score of the game is a rushing touchdown by Rayford Shipman. Eagles will start with possession here in the third quarter. Again, this is 4 8-minute quarters. We had 4 6-minute quarters in the first game. Kickoff trickery there. That one goes in and out of the hands of one of the Eagles receivers. Are able to pick it up and run it forward. That is number 55. Able to get some hands on it. And they'll spot it right about the 45. So that is where the Eagles will get things started. Eagles, for what they've been dealt in this first half, have done a great job of keeping the Bengals at bay. And they had that fumble recovery at the 3-yard line to stop a potential touchdown drive. Could not get a first down, had to punt it, and that's ultimately how the Bengals got in the end zone. But caught that interception out of the air at the end of the first half. So still a 1-possession game here in this third quarter. 6-0. Eagles trying to get on the board here. The Eagles have number 1 on the end around, going around the left side. That is snuffed out. About a 1-yard gain. Brought down by Rayford Shipman. Called his name a lot already. Good tackle there. Minimal gain, about a 1-yard gain, make it 2nd and 9. In the line to gain is the Bengal 45. And this is going to be run and stop in the backfield. Oh, it's a fumble. How about that? How about that? Yeah, that's a mishandle on the, and right there to scoop it up is the Bengals. I believe that was number 56 of Josiah Walker. So how about that? So the Eagles had a fumble recovery in the first half. Now the Bengals have a fumble recovery here in the second half. And they'll start from the Eagle 44. That's what you want to do if you're the Bengals, is take advantage and establish that dominance here in the second half. 7:06 to go here in the third. Bengals have the momentum. And look at this. This is a big run. Still going. And he gets spun down at about the 31-yard line. Parker Mason with a huge run to start. Move those chains. It's about a 13, maybe a 14-yard run to open this drive. Bengals going into hurry up. And that is an offsides on the Eagles. Move it another 5 yards up. See some of the shirts in the stands for the Bengals for this 7U roster. Looks like they call themselves the Bounty Boys. Cool name for this PPO squad. So 1st and 5 from the, looks like the 26, 27 yard line. So Bengals, again, this momentum has felt like it has shifted towards the Bengals. It's kind of back and forth in that first half, but it's with the Bengals. Oh, he gets out of a tackle. That's Rayford Shipman. Oh, he's still going. Down to the 10, the 5, and touchdown PPO. That's about a 22-23-yard touchdown. And that's his second touchdown of the day for Rayford Shipman. How about that? 12-0 is your score. And the point after try will take place from the, looks like the 2-yard line. .551 left here in this third quarter. You felt like that PPO was going to score their second touch. Oh, they're going to pass it. It's up in the air and dropped. They had it in their hands, could not make it to the ground. We got to look at this touchdown. Shipman runs around. He's got a man on his leg, gets out of it, has to run around the right side and says, "See you later. I've had my NOS, my Monster, my Rockstar Energy this morning." Maybe throw in a Snickers in there. And look at this. Just spins out of a tackle. I mean, had a guy wrapped around his right leg, shakes him off, and takes it the distance for the touchdown. 23-yard score for Shipman. So no successful point afters here yet for either team. 12-0 is your score. Pembroke Pines over Pompano. And if you're the Bengals, you can feel great about yourself here early in this second half. Don't want to get too lackadaisical with it. But if you're the Pompano Eagles, you don't have to get into desperation mode just yet, but just know you're down by a couple of scores. But here's where it gets interesting. If they could keep it within 2 scores for the remainder of this game, and they can convert one of at least 1 point after attempt, there could be a chance to make it interesting at the end, but have to keep it close. And kickoff goes through the open arms there of an Eagle and is pulled down. So Pompano will line up from the 46-yard line. 5:48 remaining here in the third quarter. A great slate of football all day today. And as I said earlier, this PPO squad has 2 teams in the Super Bowls, one now in the 7U and 8U, so they'll have a team in the next game. This Pompano Eagles squad has it in this game, the 9U and the 12U. And the Delray Rocks won their game in the 6U division. Which team will take home the trophy in this one? Got a offsides on the Bengals. So a free 5 yards to start this Eagle drive. Spotted at the Bengal 49. So here we go. Eagles have a man wide out to the left. First and 5. And this will be, oh my, that is a big hit right around midfield. Looked like getting there first was Damari Brodus. And we've got holding on the offense. Look at this play here. Tries to run around the quarter. Pow! That was actually Achilles Lewis on the tackle. But, I mean, that's a grown man tackle right there. That is a grown man tackle. And I tell you this right now, I was not making grown man tackles at the age of 7. So, kudos to this Bengals defense. I was wondering if my parents were going to cook up a bag of popcorn on a Saturday. So, there's that. So, first and 15 after the holding call. From the 41. It's carried by the quarterback, number 2, dragged by about 3 Bengals defenders. It's about a 7-yard gain. So 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. And if you're this Pompano offense, you have to be careful. You have to act as if, you can't act as if you're going to get everything back in one play. You have to do chunk plays and find what's open. You've got this quarter and a whole nother quarter, but you have to keep this Bengals squad at bay. That's a carry up the middle to midfield. Got some pushing and shoving going on. Ball is just across midfield at the Bengal 49. So 3rd and 5. This was 1st and 15 at one point. Eagles need the 44 for a first down. 3:37 and counting. There goes the quarterback, trying to sneak upfield. He gets there, and looks like they're going to add about 15 more to the end of the run. That's a face mask on the Bengals. It's a free 15. They make a substitution here. We're going to have an official's timeout for water here with 3:27 to go here in the third quarter. It's usually how that goes when the sun's out. We'll show you the replay here. See the quarterback running towards his left, and there's the grab right there. So that's a free 15 yards. Spot the football at the 31-yard line. And you'll take it. I mean, you'll always take 3 yards no matter what. So the Eagles, just under 3:25 to go. 1st and 10 from the 31. And timeouts, Bengals. The Bengals will burn their first timeout of the second half. And Bengals trying to get organized here. They lead by 2 scores. They're up 12-0. Scored 2 rushing touchdowns by number 0 of Rayford Shipman. But the Pompano Eagles having their best drive of the day, trying to cut this down to at least 6. Especially in games like this when these drives are very valuable, because I've seen a couple passes here and there by both teams, but kind of for these earlier divisions, you kind of have to look at it like an Army-Navy football game. A lot of running, not too much passing, and when you have these successful running drives, you're going to have long burning of clock drives. I mean, the first drive that resulted in a fumble was 4 minutes and 34 seconds. And this drive already has been 4 minutes and 39 seconds. So when it comes to that, you have to assume you're not going to get the foot. You're gonna have to assume when you get the ball, you have to make it count. This is carried by number 6 of Pompano for about a 2-yard gain. So not much there. And depending on how this drive goes, this might take up the whole quarter. Once again, huge shout out to our crew today, Adam Black and as our director and producer, Brian Kells on the switcher, Jordan Johnson down on the field, and Donaldson Desramo on the wide shot. And thank you to our entire crew today for making all of this possible. And we've got a whistle for a false start. So repeat second down. So put the ball at about the 34-yard line. 2nd and 13. Back to pass are the Eagles. It's sitting up in the air and almost picked off. In coverage there was Reginald Aludar Jr. Clock will stop with 2:02 left in this third quarter. I mean, had some space. Ball hung up there, looking for number 6, but even better coverage. No pass interference. Got there when the ball did. But again, if you are Pompano, you have to get in the end zone on this drive. The way this Bengals squad has responded here in this second half, there's not much there. And I'm going to correct myself. I said that this drive was over 4 minutes. The Bengals started the game this half with the football, so my apologies on that. I got confused on that. But I mean, nonetheless, there's under 2 minutes to go in this quarter. And Pompano's sitting there with a 4th and 14. So between the Bengals drive to start this half and now this Pompano drive, there's been 6.5 plus minutes that have come off this clock here in the third quarter. So here we go. Pompano, wide doubles. They'll hand it off up the middle, and there is nowhere to go. The PPO defense stands tall. The claws from the Bengals say absolutely not. Simple run up the middle. 2 Bengals converge. First one there was Carter Pollard. And it's a turnover on downs. Bengals will begin from their own 35. They'll start with the ball with 1:09 left here in the third quarter. Quick handoff. Trying to bust it outside. It's Joseph Robinson Jr. on the carry. Gain of about 2. See how quickly the Bengals decide to go. Got 2 receivers to the left. Fullback and a running back in the backfield. And it looks like we've got a movement up front. It's going to be an offsides on the Eagles. Defensive tackle ran over the center. Took a tumble there. So clock will move. 32 seconds to go here in this third quarter. 2nd and 3 from the 38-yard line. No, excuse me, 37-yard line. Or not the 37, the 42. So it looks like we've got a false start, but we're going to have a conference by the both side judges and the back judge. And they do change it. Looks like they're going to change it to an offsides. So back-to-back offsides penalties on the Eagles. And that'll move the chains and a first down here for the Bengals. So they'll run the play. This will be the last play of the third quarter. They'll hand it off. And Robinson tries to shake a couple tacklers and gets tripped up in the backfield by number 4 and number 50. Number 0 over there as well, and that's the final play of the third quarter. I told you drives were valuable. Well, the Bengals scored with their first drive of the second half. Trying to score again and bleed as much of this clock as they can in the fourth quarter. We'll have a final 8 minutes to go in this 7U Super Bowl. Great competition we've seen in the first game and half and 3/4 of the way of the second game. That's what you love to see in these Super Bowl games. That's the main thing, is competition and knowing your assignment, having some fun, and making some memories that'll last a lifetime. Because for some of these kids, this is where their football careers start. And to have them, 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now, when they're either in a job or in the NFL or continuing whatever career path they're on, they can look back and say, hey, I remember when in 2025 in Hollywood, Florida at MacArthur High School playing for the American Youth Football League Super Bowl trophy. I remember when. And when it's all said and done and you hang up the cleats or the jersey for the final time, this is where the memories start kicking in. PPO with the handoff. And it's up to about midfield. Carried there by number 2 of Achilles Lewis. So Achilles. I wonder if his brother's name is ACL. Just kidding. It was funnier in my head, I swear. So 3rd down and 7 from the 50. Need the 43 for a first. This is handed off to number 0, and there he goes. He's down to the 25, still going. Can it be 3? Rayford Shipman Jr. Touchdown, Bengals. How about that? Called a hat trick for Mr. Shipman. And the Bengals lead 18-0 here in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely electric touchdown run.
I mean, he's been their guy on offense all day. Scoring all 3 touchdowns. That one going for over 40 yards. What can't he do? So they will line up for the point after try. Little some trickery and just over the outstretched arm. They were looking for Carter Penn in the end zone, just missed him. But take a look at this. I mean, gets past one defender right there. And I mean, the next guy to touch him was number 2 and just could not get him down. Then number 1 got him right as he crossed the goal line. And that was electric. Absolutely electric. And for this Pembroke Pines Bengals squad, they came into this with 48 total Super Bowl trophies across all divisions in program history, trying to make it number 49. They're in prime position to do so. As they lead 18-0 here with 6:58 to go here in this fourth quarter. And this was a 6-0 ball game at halftime. Bengals have scored a touchdown in each of the last 2 quarters. And the Eagles just have not had too many answers for this Bengals squad. Kicking off is Carter Pollard. He'll kick it to number 1 for the Eagles, trying to get something going here. Be upended by a couple of Bengals. So the Eagles will start their drive from the Bengal 47. And only one timeout burned by PPO. Pompano has all 3 of theirs. We'll get organized here. Again, check that they spot the football from the Bengal 49. And we got a stoppage here. Timeout, Pembroke Pines. That'll be their second timeout of the second half. So the Bengals will take a second to talk about it. So out of the timeout, 1st and 10 for the Pompano Eagles from the Bengal 49. 6:51 to work with, down 18-0. Hand off to number 8, trying to make something work. Pack of Bengals in that backfield. There is a flag down. Flag is down at the 50. It's going to be a sideline warning on the Eagles. So loss of 1 on the play for Pompano. Eagles will line up from the 50. Got one receiver out wide to the left. 3 backs in the backfield. Quick handoff, and it is not a fumble. Loss of 1 as well. Penalty marker down. It's going to be holding on the offense. They will decline it. This will set up third and it looks like 3rd and 12. Kind of a smart play there if you're the Bengals. You get another yard loss. Let it go to 3rd down. Try to stop it here, and because Pompano, you think, is in 4-down territory here. You almost think it's a little bit easier to be 2nd and 21 versus 3rd and 12, but we'll see how it works out here for the Eagles. This will be a designed run by number 2. A couple Bengals back there to make the tackle. First one there was number 2 of Achilles Lewis. Called his name a number of times today. Gain of about 1. 4th and 11 from the 50. They need the 39 of PPO. So here we go. .435 to play here in the 4th quarter. Taking the handoff is number 1, and he is swallowed up on the Eagles side of the 50. 2 Bengals converge, and we've got a water break timeout with 4:27 to go here in the 4th quarter. Bengals in full control. They lead 18-0. They'll have a chance to kill some more clock and try and punch it in the end zone once more. Might even see if Parker Mason can get in the promised land. We've seen Rayford Shipman get in there 3 times. Good quality football game once again. And we'll have 6 more football games after this one. 8U, 9U, 10U, 11U, 12U, and 13U are left. So Bengals have it 1st and 10 from the Eagle 48. 4:27 to go here in this Super Bowl. Receiver out to the left and right, and that ball ends up on the ground. Looks like there was a penalty marker. Offensive offsides. So back it up 5 yards. Replay 1st down. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 47 of PPO. .426 left here in this 7U Super Bowl. Under center looks like Lennox Williams. Williams takes the snap. He'll hand it off there to Parker Mason, and he's gone! Down to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Parker Mason and the Bengals! I told you he was due for a touchdown, and there it is! Mark that a 47-yard touchdown. And it's 24-0 Bengals. How about that? It was about a 17-second drive. They're going to try and kick the point after, it looks like. And it'll force a timeout by the Pompano Eagles. And the kicker looks to be Parker Mason. Holder is Carter Penn. But before that, we'll have a timeout on the field with 4:08 to go here in this fourth quarter. The Bengals wasting no time getting back in the end zone. New face on the stat sheet. Parker Mason gets his first touchdown. All 4 touchdowns by the Bengals have been rushing. First 3 were by Rayford Shipman. Now Parker Mason gets on the board. Looks like they're going to try the kick. Again, no kick rush. Parker Mason out to kick the point after kick and just missed it underneath. So the kick is no good. So it'll be 24-0 Pembroke Pines over Pompano. And you hear the music continuing to crank up from the Bengals speaker on the sideline. Again, coming up next for the 8U football game is going to be the Boynton Bulldogs against the PPO Bengals. That'll be the Bulldogs' second of 6 teams in the Super Bowl championships. That'll be the Bengals' second of 2. Again, 24-0 Bengals over the Eagles as the Bengals will kick off from the 40. Eagles have 1 deep man. Carter Pollard at the kicker position. Short kick. And that will bounce out of bounds. So that'll be a penalty for kickoff out of bounds. First one we've seen today. So we'll see where they spot the football after the penalty. The penalty is for kickoff out of bounds. So we see the kicking tee go flying.
By 24.
They'll spot it at the Bengal 41-yard line. So Pompano with 4:08 left Try and see if they can get on the board here. And we've got a timeout for the Eagles. Second one of the second half for Pompano. And take a look at those Super Bowl trophies, guys. I mean, you look at that is as good as it's going to get for if you're a champion. I mean, that is what you play for right there. That is something when you take that thing home and you put the Armor All. Now, normally Armor All is for wheels and tires, but we're going to make an exception. Take the Armor All, you shine it up, looks good in the trophy case. That is what you play for in these Super Bowl games for the AYFL. Absolutely gleaming in that, well, I would say sunshine, but we do have some cloud cover here in Hollywood, Florida. But nonetheless, here we go. So out of the timeout, Eagles will have it at the 41-yard line. 4:08 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And we've got a flag down for delay a game on the Eagles.
Delay a game on the Eagles. Make sure you stick around to the next game. Next up we have PPO Bengals again, and then the Boyd Beach Bulldogs once again as well. As this game wraps up,
so first down and 15
the Bengals are going to be your
from the 46-yard line. This will be carried here by number 7 of the Eagles. He's going around the right side. Big gain, and he's run out of bounds at about the 22. How about that? Longest run of the day for the Eagles. They'll take it. Perfect run around the right side. Spot the football at the 25. So first and 10 from the 25. That is little to no gain there. Actually, loss of 2 on the play. So second and 12. Oh, yeah. If you're hungry today, get you some of whatever that is. That looks very tasty. In fact, give me 14 of them. Yeah, that is a good looking. That is a good looking. I think that's a very healthy looking sausage with a lot of toppings. Another run here for the Eagles. A lot of good concessions all throughout the game today. Saw some sausage grilling in the front. Looks like we've got a lemonade stand in the one corner there behind the end zone. I think I saw some fried chicken floating around. But it's definitely a sporting event. Can't have a sporting event without some concessions. We see the next couple of teams getting ready. So 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Pompano Eagles are about 25 yards away from getting on the board for the first time. What a blow up in the backfield. Mr. Pollard, that is a big tackle.
That's a D-line coach's dream right there.
That's a 2-yard TFL. So put that at the 47. Not 47, 27. 4th and 12. Minute 16 to go.
Minute 16 left.
Eagles have a receiver out wide to the right and the left. They're going to go out to pass. Running out of room, and that is a sack in the backfield. So the Bengals continue their domination here in the 7U Super Bowl. They'll get the ball back with 61 seconds to go. They lead 24-0, and we can expect a kneel down here.
With a 100% chance.
So 61 seconds to go. Bengals looking for their 49th Super Bowl trophy in program history across all divisions. And we've got a timeout on the field called by the Bengals. So the Bengals call their third and final of the second half. They're trying to get things organized here for what is most likely the final drive of the game. Bengals will have it 1st and 10 from the 29. Again, Pompano has one more timeout. It's like the Bengals are lined up in an offensive formation here. They will hand it off to the fullback. It's Parker Mason. Takes it up the field. About a 3-yard gain. Clock continues to move. Bengals will line up and run another play. And that's a fumble. Or no, that's going to be, I think that's blown dead. So clock stops with 33 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. So it was a fumble. So that was a fumble then on that last drive. So the Pompano Eagles will have it with 33 seconds to go. So that's the third turnover committed by Pembroke Pines here in this game. 2 fumble recoveries and an interception by the Eagles. You have to see how this happened because it was kind of a very quick bang-bang play. It's like it fell out of the fullback's hands, maybe. Not really sure. See Boynton Beach getting loose in their end zone. PPO Bengals waiting their turn to start warm-ups. So the Eagles will have it 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line of the Bengals. They'll take the snap, handing it off to number 8. They'll be tackled by a couple Bengals there at around the 30. The clock will move to under 20 seconds to go here in this 2025 7U AYFL Super Bowl. Might see one more play here by Pompano. And we will. This is by number 8. Tackled at the 30 for no gain, and that will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the PPO Bengals. They are your 2025 7U American Youth Football League Super Bowl champions. They win it 24-0 behind a 3-touchdown performance by Rayford Shipman and another touchdown 47 yards away, scored by Parker Mason. Well, this has been fun. We've got 2 games down, 3 more to go. Coming up next, it's the 8U game between the Boynton Beach Bulldogs and the PPO Bengals. Don't go too far here on the QwikCut Sports Network.